Hello, I'm Kyle Neff with GeoSyntec Consultants. This is Matt Whitaker with Whitaker and Associates, landscape architects. It's our pleasure to be here today and to be involved in this project. Also excited to have our celebrity judges. It's great to have you guys here. The rest of our team consisted of other folks from Matt Whitaker and Associates and GeoSyntec and Garth.
So this is our site that we were working in. This is a really important site in Chattanooga. Martin Luther King and Broad is the gateway to downtown. It's where people arrive, coming by train to the train station. To that point, we kind of enter downtown. And then at the end of the terminus, north terminus, is the Infinity Aquarium, kind of the jewel of the downtown. So a very important part of Chattanooga, Central Park downtown. And what we have there at the bottom is some examples of existing conditions, which show in the kind of critical, most tourist travel areas, very narrow sidewalks, and then what is essentially a pedestrian desert in parts where you have, at times, for 2 blocks, only shade trees in the middle of the street, where essentially no pedestrian would want to be.
So what if, instead of creating environmental viability, urban stormwater infrastructure enhanced ecological functioning and provided a civic service? I appreciate the Mayor Burke's comments earlier, and I am proud to say that I am a nerd, and I think the rest of my team is too. But we love both urban landscapes as well as our natural landscape that we have in Chattanooga, and that's what we really try to accomplish here. And it's also exciting that the City of Chattanooga and the stormwater program is the first MS4 Phase 1 to incorporate the 1-inch infiltration requirement. And in the resource drain management, they've really addressed this, and they state stormwater management is critical of protecting and restoring the city's livability and improving the quality of the city's watersheds. And so what does this mean, LIP, green infrastructure? Traditionally, in managing stormwater, it was really about flood control and hard engineering processes. And putting in all these hard infrastructure and impervious areas, it really changed the whole hydrology of the system and also introduced water quality contaminants into our streams and wetlands. It's now being widely accepted and being implemented in many cities, including Chattanooga, including at Johnson Street over here, a couple blocks away, is implementing LID techniques that more mimic the natural hydrology, which both cleans the water and also helps manage both your volumes and your peaks into your streams.
And we give credit for this slide. This is from New York's Garth, State Young School of Architecture. These great LID manual. We borrowed this slide.
So as part of the imminent part of the Phase 1 permit of the City of Chattanooga, it's going to be required in most of the city to maintain a stay-on or the first flush volume of 1 inch. And that was part of this design criteria as well. It becomes really challenging in a built-out urbanized environment to do this, but it's definitely possible as we implemented some of these practices into our design. And so with our design and adding biofiltration, impervious pavers, impervious pavements, which we'll talk about, we were able to maintain a stay-on volume of 1.2 inches.
And so what we did, we took advantage of the opportunity of eliminating 2 lanes of traffic on the entire length, and the first 5 blocks from Martin Luther King to 4th Street, we went from 3 lanes on each side to 2 lanes on each side. And with that, we actually eliminated the trees in the center of the block as well, the pedestrian island, the pedestrian desert I was talking about. With the extra space, we created dedicated bike lanes. We increased the clear zone for pedestrians, no bicycles in that zone, and also created cafe amenity spaces between the planters, increasing the amount of planters, increasing the amount of tree cover. And one idea that we also introduced is some critical blocks, like Martin Luther King showed earlier, is the pedestrian scramble crosswalk where all traffic is halted and pedestrians can cross in any direction diagonally across the block. And also that access kind of calling attention to the intersection of Gateway downtown, special pavement, as we're showing in the upper left corner.
This is a very special area, as Matt pointed out, and improving the streetscape really helps the local tourism in Chattanooga, as well as the area's businesses and restaurants and other businesses. But at the same time, by incorporating green infrastructure and LID practices, you can really remimic that hydrology. You can increase your evapotranspiration, your evaporation, your storage, and also at the same time treat it. And this is a big issue in all urbanized areas, but particularly here with our CSO system.
And on the last 2 blocks, where we could actually remove 2 lanes of travel, or go down to 2 lanes of travel, we did all the same things, but increase the amount of pedestrian space and cafe and amenity space. And this is essentially what that would look like when it's all done.
We modeled this with Swim and PC Swim to make sure that we incorporate our state-on volumes. In our design, we lowered our hydrograph peaks and volumes, as well as achieved significant storage.
And here's the numbers. We essentially increased pedestrian space, tree cover, planter space, as well as removed the great deal of the water that was running off the site.
I'd like to thank you for your time today, and this is the list of the folks that participated in our team.